The World Health Organization has established a global emergency status for the coronavirus outbreak. Many countries have closed flights to and from mainland China. Especially Indonesia will temporarily stop flights to and from China starting on Wednesday. As the number keeps on growing, let's see our latest data about the coronavirus epidemic through the next graphic. This is the coronavirus cases from January 23rd. To January 29, 2020. As you can see, the number keeps on growing. The purple one indicates for the coronavirus cases that happen in China, but the pink one indicates for coronavirus cases that happen in another location. This one is taken from Johns Hopkins University's data. As we got the latest data by Monday evening, there were more than 20,000 confirmed cases in more than 24 countries, the vast majority of them in China, according to the World Health Organization. Moreover, there have been at least 425 deaths in China and one in the Philippines. By today, Indonesia's government is to decide today whether or to ban more Chinese imports in addition to live animals, which may include food and beverages, of course, as a precaution to prevent the coronavirus from spreading into the country. Not only that, government also has taken other preventive attempts. Let's see the next graphic. This is the list of government's preventive attempts on coronavirus. The first one is temporarily stop flights to and from mainland China starting on this Wednesday. Bar visitors from China for 14 days from entering or transiting. Stop issuing visas on arrival for those who live in mainland China and stop a policy to give free visa to Chinese nationals. Of course, Indonesia, as China's close trading partner, experienced loss by the coronavirus outbreaks. The impact of the corona novel is also felt in import and export sector of Indonesia to China. Chairman of Indonesian Employers Association, or so-called APindo, delivered statement that imports and export to China are started to be declining. Business actors now have to find alternatives for goods from other countries, which prices are not far competitive compared to China. On the other hand, Central Bureau of Statistics warned on Monday that the coronavirus outbreak could cloud the outlook of tourism sector this year, as a total of 16.1 million foreign tourists visited Indonesia throughout 2019. Head of BPS, Orianto, said that the coronavirus outbreak in China will no doubt lower foreign arrivals from China to Indonesia this year, as China contributes large foreign tourists to Indonesia. So we're going to see the next data on how many Chinese tourists visit Indonesia and its comparison to other countries. This is the number of tourists, foreign tourists that visited Indonesia in 2019. From Malaysia, as much as 2.98 million tourists. The second one is mainland China, as much as 2.07 million tourists. Singapore, 1.93 million tourists. And after that, we got Australia, 1.38 million tourists, and Timor-Leste, 1.17 million tourists. As we can see from the data, mainland China is the second biggest contributor to foreign tourist arrivals. In December alone, around 154,200 China citizens visited Indonesia. This means 11.2% of the total 1.38 million foreigners entering the country. Indeed, the coronavirus outbreak raises challenges for Indonesian tourism. This is in line with flight stops from and to China. Last year, one of the visits by foreign tourists to Indonesia was dominated by tourists from China. Travel Agent Association of Indonesia, or ASITA, even predict potential loss of tourism industry sector due to the coronavirus reaching tens of billions per month because of declining tourists from China. Let's see, this is the loss estimation on tourists. The first one is the estimation about the average spending per arrival, as much as $1,220 per arrival. And then this is the assumption of Chinese tourists per month, as much as 90,000 people. And 90,000 people times 1,220 equal with $110 million loss per month. So the loss estimation is potential loss of income for rough calculation. The calculation does not include foreign exchange to the country from their spending in other sectors such as craftsmen, souvenirs, which average $200 per day. And from inside mainland China itself, China's economy will certainly take a hit from the virus. Ben Mayo, he's the economist at Oxford Economics, talk about the near-term impact on Chinese GDP growth. He said that the Chinese government has potential to revise down its 2020 forecast to 5.6% from 6%. Aviation industry also suffer as many flight cancellation happen in China. Here from the next graphic, we can see on how many flight cancellation happens in some airports in China. In Wuhan Airport, there are as much as 2,406 cancellations. Beijing Airport, 920 cancellations. And Guangzhou Airport, as much as 829 cancellations. Flight cancellations also happens because of sealing off by government, especially in Wuhan. Even though Wuhan is now sealed, government put many efforts to get Indonesian nationals out to go back. In total, 250 Indonesian citizens, including 5 members of the advance team, has been flown in from the Hebei provincial capital of Wuhan to Indonesia. In the meantime, Health Minister Terawan Agus Putranto said that all Indonesians to be evacuated are in sound health. They will be picked up from different areas in Hebei province in accordance with the health protocol in Indonesia. So in the long term, however, Indonesia's current economic situation, as it is getting better, maybe that's it for today's presentation, and stay tuned on Market Headlines. We'll be right back after the break.